All right, it's time for good news now. We always enjoy this segment that is new, debuted last week. Today's story comes to us from a viewer, Monique Jones.
She told us about an Ensley native who is grabbing the attention now of one of the biggest corporations in the world, Starbucks. CBS 42 News reporter Hillary Simon talked with Brian Hawkins, also known as Voice Porter. She discovered what grabbed the coffee company's attention. Hillary.
Good morning, Hannah and Alyssa. Brian Voice Porter Hawkins likes to write, and he penned a poem. It's called Traveler. He was at an area Starbucks a few weeks ago when an employee took interest. They started talking. Now, Voice Porter is taking his poetry to a whole new audience.
Brian Voice Porter Hawkins is constantly writing poetry. For a man of many words, there was one moment that left him speechless.
I think, the foreshadowing was bigger and loomed heavier than I realized.
Brian has been crafting and sharing his poetry for over 2 decades. He was sitting at the community Starbucks in 5 Points West when a storyteller from the corporation started talking to him. Then Brian started reciting his poem.
If you could own the stars, what would you do with them? Would you superimpose them into the background and making each one a single note in a symphonic chorus of sound?
Brian says Traveler is about reaching for your dreams and challenging yourself to ask, how far will you go?
Or would you take the best few to sample, making each meter a precise replica of the last, of the last, of the last, of the
Starbucks,
last.
Faster than a double shot of espresso, put it into its series called To Be Human, and they flew him to Chicago to speak at the Starbucks Leadership Conference last week.
I've got the stars.
He calls it one of his biggest moments, and he hopes it left them thinking.
Really, it's about asking the questions of yourself. Will I do this? Can I do this? Do I want to do this?
He tells me that his passion for weaving together words are drawn from his neighborhood, Ensley.
When you just grow up in a space and you see people who don't seem to be doing too great, or you may think of them as having a criminal mindset, and then you go out into the world and you see that people are impoverished and people are struggling and people are kind of doing whatever they can to just stay alive. That changes your perspective on what's happening at home.
He hopes people who hear Traveler realize everyone is linked and we need each other to survive.
I think this is a lesson that our community can learn from. I think everyone needs to have more empathy. Empathy is the key to changing the world. What would you do if I gave you the stars? Would you take them? You've only got seconds to decide.
This local Starbucks may have launched his literary star.
And Brian told me this is one of his biggest moments, but the one that really takes the lead is the moment he always shares his poetry with family and friends, because it says there's nothing like surprising people who already know you. I love his voice too, the way he kind of spoke his poetry to me. It was really moving.
Talk about right place, right time to go from sitting at a Starbucks and then that crowd in Chicago. Holy cow.
I know, and he was the only one that was not a manager there apparently. And I mean, you saw that crowd. Yeah. That's thousands of people. That's really cool.
And it's easy to see just listening to what he was saying there, why people were inspired by it, and now he has a chance to inspire people all over the place.
Absolutely, he was very moving.
Great story, thank
Very
you.
good stuff.
You can play a role in our Good News series of reports. If you know about something happening in your community or a person who's doing something positive, just send us an email to goodnews@cbs42.com, or you can message us on our social media pages.